I'm back. Let's see if that fixed anything for me. Okay. Let me keep painting this. Sorry for the interruption. All right. I don't know what colors to do yet on this. I don't know. If you're just joining, I'm going to do one of these. Right there. I got to figure out what kind of colors I want to use. Someone throw out a color. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Ferrari red. So almost like a candy red. Not sure what color I want to do for the belly. If I want to do a color, maybe like, I don't know. Let's do the lines and then we can decide. Let's dry this off. just do the first three and then watch this. Trying to sit there and bend it, it's not going to work. Okay. I'm going to do some scaling along that top. And also some dots around the eye. Where's the mesh? There it is. I'm going to cut the fan on. Probably do the back here. Should we put a color on the belly? I'm kind of 50-50 on it, to be honest. I don't really know what would look good on the belly. Maybe some orange? I don't know. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards. I don't really want to change it too much because I already like it. Let's put some eyes on him. Put some eyes. It's got to get some viper eyes. No doubt about that. I'm going with these because this matches the entire bait. Almost 1 for 1 color wise. What's up, Stacy? Let's sign him. Numero uno. This is the first live paint. I guess I painted Sunday. Maybe it's Saturday. First one all week. I've been slacking this week. Let me put some listings in. I know I don't have any in right now. Been lacking this week. I got a new riding mower yesterday. If anyone's curious to learn about that, thing kind of sucks to be honest, but crappie. I'm glad you like the crappie. Trying to make a Lambo guy just dog days. Message me. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It's just it's like a pack of like 10 on Amazon. I'll run this if anyone's interested in it. It goes from like 0.05 millimeter all the way up to like a brush pin. So you get quite a bit. And they're pretty cheap too. I know a lot of people do the water slides. That just takes too much time. I like just signing them. Dude, that mower is sketchy. I do have some lucky LC 2.5s. Bass tackle, thank you, buddy. I might just throw that in your box from earlier if you're all right with that. I guess the other baits in this box. I do have some of those. Let me grab a blank. Let me grab a blank. I might just have one, dude. I don't know how many of them I have. I'm not sure I might just have one. Last special with a twist. What was the last special? I don't remember off the top of my head. Black body, chartreuse belly, dark green crappie spots. I might make you a mod so you can pin that in case I forget. Black body, chartreuse belly, dark green crappie spots, and back, teal gills. Well, that was a given. That was a given, my brother. All right. Start with kind of some pearl white. Make it a little shiny. And then we'll paint over that. Chartreuse wise, I do have this chartreuse now. We could do that if you want to do that. I know I've been using like green and yellow mix pretty much. That's a legit chartreuse. I don't know why I did it this weird way. You don't, yeah, you absolutely don't want to sandblast wood base. I will say, I found though, uh, using like a polishing pad on Dremel depends on. It really depends on how old it is. But if you sandblast wood, it's going to go straight through it. I agree. I think the green's going to look good. What's up, Judson? What's up, Josh? Let's try that and see how that looks. It has been slow. Dude, I'm going to give you guys a pro tip that I learned this weekend. I know this isn't really that pro a tip. I was throwing a fluke completely weedless with like a 4-aught EWG, just rigged up like normal with a swivel on the front, and just I was smoking them on that. I was impressed. That's the first time I've ever done it. It had crazy. It really resembles a dying fish. So now, granted, I was fishing slow, low and slow, but that bait killed. It was actually some blue against one of his flukes, winged flukes as they're called. Okay, black sides. We're gonna do the green crappie spots. We drove past Mark Twain on the way to Illinois fairly recently. I guess not that recently. It was like March. Uh, that lake is really, really low. It might not be anymore. It's been a while, but last time we went by it, I was kind of shocked how low it was. Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking too as I was doing it, and I have no idea if this would work. But I almost wonder if he threw some split shot up a little bit on the line, so it had a little weight, but then it kind of gives it a little more weedless action, or weightless action, I guess I should say. I've heard there's some big crappie in there too. That's a good lake. I got another lake for you. You should try Thomas Hill. That lake is the truth. It's like probably the best fishing lake I've ever gone to be honest. Okay, let's do our green crappie spots. Citrus shad. There we go. I'll have to try that. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm thinking some like pearl eyes or iridescent. I'll show you which one I'm thinking. This green is real nice and bright and shiny. The shiniest green around. Dude, there are some big hybrid, and there's some big. I already said there was big crappie. No, I said that about Mark Twain. There's some big crappie up there. But the hybrid, dude, it's kind of. You would think they'd be a little easier to catch. They're actually. I've the only thing I've really had much luck on are white paddle tails and crappie tubes. If you ever look at them too, their mouths are very small. They have that little that exit. What is it? I don't know, the outflow or whatever. So that lake I think's good just because of the warm water year round. Now it's starting to get so overfished, but and I'm not helping the case. I'm on here telling everybody you should go here. It's actually the worst lake I've ever been to. You guys would hate it. That looks wicked. I guess I can cut the fan for this part. Don't really want to breathe this in, but I'm not spraying it that high, so it'll be all right. I'll tell you what, I got plans to make a lot of crankbaits this weekend. And I'm not talking about painting them either. I think I figured out the process in order to make it significantly quicker. Dude, I'd be down. I would really be down to go out wintertime and throw some flat sided balsa. That's all I've been making. Dude, I could go out there and not catch a fish, and I have the time of my life. If I'm throwing my baits, it's always, and then I catch one, I feel like, oh, that's really cool. If any of you guys have ever fished your own lures that you've made from scratch, dude, you could catch a dink and be like, oh yeah, I'm him. We definitely got to do scales on top, but I think we do it in black. I've been doing quite a bit of wood. I didn't. I go in real big phases because it's a lot of work. I mean, it really is from start to finish. But I was looking, and it's actually one that A Cart got. Is that it's like the purple silver one? It was kind of a different shaped one. I was watching that action again today, and the action on that thing is insane. I mean, it resembled more of was that one was a basswood, but it kind of resembled more of a like a frantic fish because it's not just like the balsa I have is real tight wobble side to side. I mean, it looks good. I'm not complaining, but that basswood one has a little bit of sporadic movement. It's still moving straight. It's still rolling and wiggling straight, but it will kind of veer off here and there. I do have a lathe, dude. I've spent way too much money on power tools to not be building wood baits, dude. I got it all. Here I am talking. Now I don't know if I should do it, brother. I've already sunk so much money into wood baits. I feel like I have no choice but to make them. And I got a lathe. I got an orbital sander. I got. Well, I mean, that's just the start of it. Orbital sander, uh, drill press, Hagen's wire bender, scroll saw, router. I mean, the list goes on and on. A Lee's pot. I mean, I got everything to do it. I've just chosen not to do it. I'll tell you too. The lathe is not that good unless you're making top water or if you're making like kind of like the old creek chubs that are kind of more cylindrical. I'm down. I've been enjoying painting the wood ones. But the problem with the lathe, you don't think about this until you get one and start actually thinking about it. You you can't shape a crankbait because a crankbait's more of a teardrop. I'm sure you could kind of use it, but by the time you spent the time setting up the lathe, say you're gonna lathe this, you would need like a dual guide lathe, an automatic lathe. So if you're doing one by hand, you can't get that shape. You could get a teardrop shape, but it's gonna be even on all sides. I'm gonna hit these gills a little more. I've been thinking too. If I really the biggest thing that's been holding me back is not the building, it's the hardening process, which I think I've got that figured out now. I'm kind of throwing out the idea of doing a monthly hard bait box. I mean wood bait. So then I have no choice. I have no choice but to go make them. But yeah, no, you do not want to sandblast wood baits. Maybe if you turn the air down to like 10 psi, you might be able to. But just get a Dremel and a polishing pad, and wear gloves, and don't breathe it in. What's up, Glenn? Okay, let's do these scales on the back. We're here. We're here. You see it here in the flesh. With this black, I'm just going right down the middle. I kind of want that green to show on these sides. There we are. What color eyes are we thinking? Viper chartreuse. Let's see. As I said, I don't know if I have chartreuse, but I got these. They're fairly green. The glow eyes would be good. I don't know if they fit this one. So they weren't these. Were they these? 2-inch googly eyes. I got one from dude. Speaking of, what are we thinking? This one or this one? Because I don't know what other one. Chief, thank you, buddy. Left. You pick. Oh man, you know I'm colorblind. Might put a red eye on here. Someone go get the human. I am the dog. All right. Let's give her the old John Hancock. Two-tone eyes. You mean like kind of like a shifting eye? I'll tell you right now, this black one's going to catch fish. I have no doubt. This black crappie with the green stripes. Green spots, I guess. The eyes do have a little reflector look to them. Now I got one I want to try, and it's a popper. It's actually kind of a mix of ideas because there's a pattern I came up with, and then Stacy suggested doing it the opposite way. Thank you, Judson. So what we're gonna do? I don't think I have any. I'm sure they have them though. They've got to have them. Actually, I'll show you what I'm gonna do because I just made one up today. Not the same pattern or the same colors, but fairly close. So we're gonna do this. However, we're gonna do chartreuse back here, black, and then chartreuse lines. What's up, Coop? I haven't heard from you in a while. How you been, brother? Dude, Waterbug, they got some great spinner baits. So I'm thinking chartreuse, black, chartreuse lines, of course, wide eyes, and maybe white dots. So we're just gonna go with it. Start with some white, give it a base. I don't think I've done a kick knocker yet, Mark. Yeah. Well, that's because I said I was going to dress up my future son as Glenn. All right, let's go and get started. He's got, so I'm doing a big Rapala, and I'm doing it in a 1776 style. And I bought a Bob Ross costume. Well, I got to thinking I really should get like a George Washington costume because I think that would Bob Ross that would be a good one to do. But if I did a giant Rapala patriotic theme dressed as George Washington, I was gonna say George Bush. That would be funny too. Uh, I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe I'll start dressing up like I don't know. I've been thinking about costumes a lot today. Maybe I'll start dressing up like a mime and giving painting tutorials. All right, let's do the chartreuse. Now maybe I should go become an English teacher while being a mime. Maybe that's what I'm meant to do. Yeah, damn dog. That's the point. Just follow along with me. I gotta look up Bud Man. Let's do our chartreuse tail. Right about there. Which one are you talking about, Glenn? The ones I sent you, or the water bug? But you guys need to go bookmark water bug show on there, and you need to go bookmark Glenn's show coming up. I'm planning on knocking the rat out Friday, along with the giant one. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I will. I'm good at procrastinating, right? I definitely do not miss or disappoint. You want someone who can procrastinate? I'm the guy. Do some black up here. What's up, Paul? All right. You know, it'd be kind of sick. I'm glad I didn't hit with black yet. Is if the mouth was chartreuse too. I think I'm gonna do that. Spider Man's. All right, let's do some chartreuse stripes up there. I don't think. I'm thinking I'm just gonna bring it all the way up and not just do right here. I think all the way. So let me grab those. Ooh, that's a good. I did. That's a really good idea for doing a Spider-Man. Let me dry it, and then we'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, gotta give it to him, right? Dude, that looks crazy. I'm already a fan. That is very nice. Very nice. Can you teach me to speak in the language? Thank you, Fast Cast. I gotta dry this. I almost had a catastrophic failure. Thank you, Justin. How are the wood baits coming along, man? I meant to message you today. I was curious. That is a wild looking bait. If you lose this bait, you might be blind. A monster popper. Might might try to connect these top lines. There's no might. We're gonna do it. I think I'm second guessing the white dots because I don't really see a good spot to put those. Oh, okay. Dude, I'm an idiot. I'm thinking like solely Monster. Toy Story. That's not Toy Story. What movie is that? You have to keep me posted on it when you get it done, though, Justin. Monster Inc. Thank you. Toy Story. Chartreuse and white. All right. You seen those big tunas that you can paint? Things are like 3 pounds or whatever. Let's do our eyes. I already know what eyes. We're gonna do some ghost white. Let's find some good looking ones on here. I don't know if I want to win though. That's almost more of a liability, I think. If I win something that big, man, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. Like, I now feel compelled to paint. Heck, painting the Rapala, the giant Rapalas are enough. Those at least aren't jointed. You get one of them jointed big tunas. I could just see that being a job. Let's sign this. I'll tell you what, that chartreuse tail, this is going to catch fish. I have no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and run it now. If anyone's interested, it's running currently. Chartreuse and white topwater. We could do that. Like a popper or. You know what? We're going to get dumb. We're getting dumb. Dude, yeah, a popper would be sick. Or a plopper. We could do that. It's running for a single dollar. One whole dollar bill. I do not. A buck. We could do better than $2. I do not have a dark titanium. Good Lord. We're just painting for free here. Free entertainment and free baits. I mean, $2. Come on, dog. What are we doing? Anyway, I'm over it. Let's do this plopper. While I'm taping this, I am going to run this one. It's a tail splasher. We call this the Mango Tiger. You didn't have to do that, dog. I appreciate it, though, brother. All right. You said chartreuse and white. Is there any pattern to the chartreuse and white, or just like chartreuse belly? White belly, chartreuse top. We could do that. Let's go ahead and spray them with white. Like plastic, or you decide like carbon? Good gosh, I won't barely spit that out. Or carbon. Plastic. There you go. If any of you are interested, on my website, we are doing monthly boxes now. Those go out the 15th of each month. Get 3 hard baits, $27.99 shipped. Or 3 hard baits and a glide bait. Water slide. I do some things with the water slides. be honest, it's such a pain to use those. Let's hit this belly again. Like this tail back here. Is that what you're saying? I'm just gonna do. You're talking like. I should have said that before I wrap this thing up like a mummy. You can bury this ground thing. Oh, you're good. You can bury this thing in the ground, and it's gonna still be wrapped up in 2,000 years. There you go. Okay, we're gonna do white on the other side, and then chartreuse on the other side. Okay, let's do our chartreuse. What's up, Pike Hunter? Oh, that is a really good idea. On like do it on like a spook. gonna do some black around the eyes, and then probably some black dots around it. Red eyes, gotcha, brother. If you guys aren't following me on Facebook yet, go ahead and follow Mingo Tackle over there. That'd almost be something that'd be cool to build out of a wood bait. That I could probably get something really close shape wise using my lathe. I forgot to put chartreuse on the tail. We'll finish that after I do this black. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. You might want to. I might want to write that one down. When is Veterans Day? Is that it? That's already passed, has it not? Well, that would be a sick gift for my brother. He doesn't really even like fishing though. Yeah, I think he'd still like it. I know that. I've actually been talking about going fly fishing for too long. Let me tip this tail. Well, that's how it goes, right? It'd be beginner's luck too. I will check it out after this call. Saw it. It's about the dog. All right. Fire red eyes. Let me see what I got. I know I got some red eyes that would look cool. Dude, where he lives at, the whole town is an HOA. And I'm telling you, the fish that are in they have like 6 or 7 lakes. Well, normally that's a boo thing. It's actually good. He can only go fishing, or members of the. It's like a whole town. It's not, and it's a decent sized town. Only people that live there can fish there. You have to be with a resident. I'm telling him, dude. I'm like, dude, there has to be hogs in there. There has to be, because it's. We're talking about Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. So I don't think all those old people are, and they might. I actually might be wrong. There seems to be a lot of people down there like fishing. Maybe not so much in that area, but in general, yes. Yeah, it's kind of how this one is. You can only use electric or kayak. Hey, I'll just come back the next day dressed in a costume. I'll dress up as a geriatric. Here we go, brother. Chartreuse with the white belly. Got the chartreuse and white tip tail. That's running now. So I love my kayak, but I'm kind of starting to toss the idea of getting like a John boat or something. I love kayaking, but man, it hurts my back so much. Thank you, buddy. Oh, yeah, one of those two-seater plastic pond crawlers. That was my boat growing up. That thing was nice though, because it was pretty easy to move. Got a wake bait. I do. I have some wake bait blanks. I actually have a wake bait ready if anyone's interested in the fluorescent bluegill. This thing looks crazy in UV light. These will all come hooks on them, clear coated. This one's already clear coated, but what are you wanting wake bait wise, Fish and Bear? Any Smithwick lures? No, sir. Big. Baby Kenya. Yeah, we could do that. I'm going to run a couple more. Here's a crappie. This is a Duo Realis topwater KO. Yeah, we'll have to go down here. These things have a great knock in them. Let me grab a bait while I'm running this. That blank I just showed you or just ran, that's about the only wake bait I have right now. All right, I'll get this taped. What What color is the baby Kenyo? It's bone. I got a 1.5 and a blue crawl with the tan belly. Running now if anyone's interested. Gives me a second to take this. They said, wait a minute. He's catching too many fish out here. Baby bass popper. We could do one of those as well. You're doing too good. The HOA president probably got into fishing and was like, yeah, this guy's got to go. This guy is out of here. So kind of this pattern here, correct? Like pearl white, pink, orange, and then a little bit of yellow on the top. All right. So yeah, I'm telling you, he got out there and started catching them himself and was like, forget this guy. Oh, the fish brain there. There you go. Good gosh. People were blowing up their grandmother's pond if it meant some fish brain clout. Let's do a little more white. What's up, Alex? I'm multicasting to YouTube right now. So if you actually don't want to buy anything, you just want to watch, go watch them on YouTube. Give me some watch hours. What's up, Bullet? Let's dry that and see what it's looking like. Dude, I'm really on the hunt now for some wiggle warts, and that's been a lot easier said than done. Like the black around it, is that what you're saying? Or like the red eyes? I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of white, very small amount. Red with the black. All right, I got you. Or you're saying the black? Okay. I've been on a real dry spell finding good lures in person. It's been it's been hard out here for a pimp. I'll tell you that much. Or I find them and they're just severely overpriced. I found I said this the other night, but found some wiggle warts on eBay. People just all of a sudden have thought that they've struck a gold mine with fishing lures. Guy with Storm Modern Wiggle warts. We wanted two. They're like $5.99. Like they're not. There's nothing special about them. I want to say he had the listing for like $35.99. I'm like, brother, that are some mans. I'm also looking for some mans minus ones. I did find one of them. I got a whole tackle box fairly recently for like $20, and there was a double stamp mans in there, and then a whole bunch of real old Rapala back when they used to use what's it called, Bondo, I think, like the Bondo strips, kind of. So I'm like, wow, the man's kind of pays for the box. I got a bunch of Rapala. I was not complaining. Whew. Man, it depends on what was in those boxes. I might have been the proud owner of a boat. Dry this. I kind of got a little water on that. How much did she want for the boat? That's the real question. Were the lures priced in? I'm assuming. Okay, let's do the yellow. see, she knew what she was doing. That's a salesman right there. You were talking about a salesman. And she still said no. I've said it before, dude. I think I think that was this year. The most disappointing thing of this year so far. I went to this estate sale, dude. I'm talking kind of like how you're describing everything. I mean, this was a collector. And I saw, in the pictures, it said Wiggle Wart on one of the box. And the guy who was running the estate sale had no idea what he was doing, like selling. I was the first one there, dude. I got up at like 4, drove an hour and a half to be the first there. And as it's getting closer to time, it was just me and another guy. I'm like, dude, there's something up. Like, there's no way we're the only 2 people here for this. This is in Kansas City, so there's definitely more than just me and him. Turned out the dude canceled last minute. I was sitting there arguing with my dad. He's like, I knew you got it wrong. I'm like, look, you have to. It's like the day of the sale is the only day they give you the address. So it was happening. Ever since then, dude, I haven't gone to another estate sale. I'm not. It ain't worth the trouble, man. That one kind of stung. It still kind of stings. Because I'll tell you what, dude, I had a pocket full of cash ready to spend it, dude. I mean, I was buying every single box in there. It was gonna be a come up. And the guy that beat me there, he lived like 5 minutes away. So when we found out, it had been rescheduled to the next weekend, I'm like, well, I'm not even gonna try. That dude lives right there. I'll let him win this one. And guess who I saw? I saw a Facebook Marketplace listing the next week. Guess who it was? It was that guy. So I'm like, at least he got it. Were you wanting red eyes on this? All right, I got you, brother. Oh man. Ever since that day, have not gone to another estate sale. I never will. Where did my tweezers go? I guess we can use these. All right. Let's go ahead and sign them. Here we are. It's running now for you, brother. Thank you, buddy. Okay, baby bass. That's what we're going to do now. I don't. You might actually be in luck. I don't know, though. Oh, dude, you are in luck. I literally just stripped a Pop-R. Give me like 30 seconds. I need to go wash that off. It's got some sand on it. Glass on it still. That could not have been timed any better, could it? Okay, let's dry that off. Dude, I've been having so much fun using that sandblaster. It's been a lot of if you buy tackle boxes, usually there's a few that need blasting. I'm using glass beads. Yeah, sandblaster's fun. It feels like it's an exciting thing to use. All right, baby bass and the Pop-R. What's up, Carrie? How you doing? What's great about the sandblaster too is it makes painting these really easy because it roughs up the surface. Not too bad, but enough that the paint sticks really easily. go and do our green. Are you talking about? Are you want me to do it in the mid-bow tackle? I don't know about that, man. I really. Maybe that's what I'll do after this. I'll sit down and design one because that would be super sick. A mid-mow tackle.com baby bass. What's up, Whit? You been painting any fire lately, brother? Some Parashi 60. There you go. I think I'm going back in the sweatshop tomorrow and I'm going to absolutely hammer out some wood baits. It's what I might just do the rest of the month, to be honest. I go through phases where I'm getting tired of painting plastic, and this is one of those weeks. Now, I mean, hammer them out because I would like to finish all the balsa that I have, and I have like 15 planks left, which is a lot of crankbaits. Tired of them, dude. I know how you feel. I get the same way. I get sick. It's just, it's you can even be painting different designs. You get tired of clear coating the same lure. It's just weird. It's weird. After a while, you're like, dude, I just don't want to paint this bait anymore. Let me find the bass stencil. Give me just a second. There's a guy, D Mart, on here. I was watching one of his streams a couple weeks ago, and he ended up putting a hook, hook in a split ring on the top loop. He said, "I'm not taking it off," and ran. He ran it that way. That was pretty funny. That thing came out really nice. I really like the blue on it. We're in Houston. We have a problem. That one works. That works because we're gonna go over it. We'll use our red gill right there. It is still a fairly decent match for this bait, though. It could be worse. Okay. Let's dry this really quick. And then we'll do our next step. I think we gotta go all the way up. I'll show you why I did that, dog days. It's kind of hard to see, but it gives it a little bit of a scale. It's really hard to see on this thing. A little bit of a scaling while still giving it that kind of spontaneous look. I'm your hero. Dude, I'm no one to look up to. I'll put it that way. We're gonna do our red gill plate, and I'm honestly thinking, and you could disagree with me if you want something different, but I'm almost leaning towards a red eye. I appreciate that, Carrie. Not gonna lie, everybody, people say that don't feel like I'm that good. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just how I'm wired. I guess I don't know. I don't feel very good at painting, but people like it. So all right, let me find the dot stencil for that eye. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Say I just used it. Green River, what's up, brother? could show you. I got quite a lot of old ones. That one was for Sam Heckman. He's on here as a seller. That Head and Crazy Crawler. That one felt a little sacrilegious to do, to be honest, because that was a phenomenal color. But if you send it to me, I'll paint it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna turn you down. Maybe see which is for you. Maybe. Yeah, this is. It's one I guess sandblasted. I don't use sand, but this is a actual pop art. That or one of the Japanese ones. I guess I shouldn't promise that it's 100% a Vassar, but it's definitely a vintage inspired Vassar. Vast signal. I did paint some more. I had 7, and I really liked that color. So I'm like, well, they either sell on here or they go on my website, or I fish them myself. I'm not opposed to keep them. Yeah, that's an exclusive to him. It's a good thing he said that because if he wouldn't have, I'd have been painting. I'd have been painting it myself, but he came up with the design, so I'm like, yeah, you can. That's all you, brother. They've been selling pretty good. That's good news because then that means I'll get to paint some more. I've said it tonight in multiple shows before. I take a lot more. I have a lot more fun repainting old stuff and restoring old lures than doing the new ones. I know. The problem is I just have so many new lures that are so many blanks that I can't stop doing them. But if I could have it my way, I would just do the old ones. See, which is I'm coming out of retirement tomorrow. Figure I'd let you know since you're recently uh, back employed. So I'm going on a tear this weekend. No, I'm gonna get some balsa and basswood baits made. Well, I'm planning on once I run through all my balsa, I'm probably not gonna buy it again because I have not liked it at all. It it's like no, you could. I guess you could say a bad word and it'll hide it. Thank you, Tim Tex. Yeah, like Venmo. It's got to be good. Oh wait, I want to do some shift over this. The guy I just heard about. Who's talking about me? How dare they? Dude, I made some cool stencils today. One, Fred, I sure can, depending on how bad it's messed up. I guess all the repairs come with asterisks. I most likely can. If I can't, then I know somebody can. I like doing that. I like people knowing that I want to do that because you get sent baits that are hard to get. Like, man, I don't really collect anything besides Bill Dance, so it is cool to see all the old stuff. I probably was because I was messaging him a while back about some old stuff. I'll go ahead and run this. This is a Bass Pop R. This is not a KO. This is a repaint. I'll show you some of the ones that I've repaired. I'll show you the coolest. Well, this one, like I said, I don't keep very much, but the repaired ones, it's hard, or the repaints. Can I fix baits? How bad are they? Oh, Bagley, I could do that. What's your favorite so far? I'll show you. I have two. Really, I have three, maybe four, maybe five, maybe all of them. I don't know. So far, I'd say I don't know if this is my favorite. It's close. More for the backstory that I found this in Denver for like $1.25, which is insane to find it. It is really hard to even find these online, much less in person. That's probably number one because of the lore story behind it. This is probably my favorite, just in general. This is a 1908 Hedden. I forgot the name, but this one's super cool. I paint wise, I'd say this is probably the best paint job one. If you look close at the red too, I can't remember how I did that, but it's like a purplish red. That's probably number two. Number three, honestly, is probably the one you sent me, just because of the story behind it with these Skipper. I just find it hilarious that this is pretty much a Fred Arbogast ripoff, and it's from Akron, Ohio. But I really do think this is a cool design. I don't keep much, but man, the old stuff, the repaints are fun. Now the best one, like repair wise, was this, because this thing I gotta find a picture of this for anybody that hasn't seen it. When I say that thing was absolutely destroyed, I mean it was actually a repair. It's on here somewhere. It's on here. Let me find it. Where is it at? I don't care, sea witches. No, I just have them on stands. I don't think I'm really gonna sell them. This is what that bait looked like before. It was so bad, I almost thought about throwing that one away. I ended up having to pretty much drill that hole out, drill this hole out, put new screw eyes in it. I can't remember what color pattern I was going off of, but after hearing what Seawitch just said about him keeping the Bagleys, I'm like, well, I got no excuse to not do them. A shadow box would be cool. I don't know how well they would sell in general, though, so I don't know if I'm even going to sell them. I've got a box of. I'll show you what I'm going to do next, because I got a box of stuff that. This is more of my have fun stuff. Oh, wait, what was the other one? That. Did I sell it? I must have. It was one like this. Kind of like a bass orno. I have this one I'm going to do. One's actually not in too terribly bad shape, but I bought them to repaint. I haven't gone through this box in a while, and there is some fire in here. Bass Orino. Is it Orino? Creek chub. This one has both glass eyes intact. This one's a little chewed up. I gotta keep calling them Bass Orinos now. This one, I don't know if I'm gonna repaint this one. Because it's not, needs adjusted for sure, but this one I think if I repainted it, I'd be doing a disservice. Creek chub. What else do I have? That one I probably won't paint. Oh, there's some fun ones in this bag. I think this is a creek chub too. Bear with me. And slowly, we went from painting to show and tell. I don't know what this is. So I'm not seeing any markings. But if you look at the eyes, both eyes are intact. Oh. I'm just gonna make probably a fat ass run of my flat sided ones. I don't really think I'm gonna mix it up much at all. I'm just gonna really sit down and just go after it. This is some random. So just a straight up top water. Let's see what else is in here. A Shakespeare mouse. That's what this is, right? This thing still has a tail. That's a weird looking tail. I think they could have probably done something a little better than that. Anyway, like put a string in there. This one isn't that bad of shape either. A lot of that will clean up. What else? Whatever this is old as shit right here. Anybody know what I'm looking at right here? Because that is old as dog shit. Crazy. I like too that they don't. What are they called? The rounded lathe tools. I guess like a little ball or something. They said forget that. They just took a saw. We're not doing all. We're not doing all that extra stuff. It definitely is lead paint. I don't know what this is. I haven't really gone through this box. So you guys are getting a first look like I am. This thing has a weedless hook on it. Never mind. It looked weedless, and then I realized that was two hooks. No idea what that is. What else? What else? They were really going off in show and tell. There's another creek chub. Both eyes intact. I have no idea what that is. That looks old though. But yeah, that's just some of them. I'm not gonna keep going through this whole box. But that's what I'll be doing. I'll probably spread it out over the next 3 years, I'm thinking. It's more just like passion projects, I guess. Can't really make money on them, but they are fun to do. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It makes the end of the day fun. That's like the last thing I'll do is do some wood ones. Why don't I carve some bluegills? Well, mostly because I already have a design that I know works and I've done enough times that it's a little easier. I would like to do some more intrinsic stuffs. Any S cranks? Uh, I have one in the Ghost Shad RJ, one in the or not bluegill, sorry, blue crawl, the tan belly. Yeah, I was kind of confused what you're saying, but I don't want to judge you. See which is. That's the only two I have right now. Meaning to paint. Yeah, I do have some to paint. I sure do, brother. If anyone wants a 2.5, an old head pumpkin seed pattern, what do you want in a 1.5? Is there something you have in mind? Not sea witches. A card. No, I don't have any 1.0s right now. I could sit, dude. I could sit here all night and talk about wood baits. Now, you got any quarter of 0.1? What is it? 0.25 sea witches? Oh, from earlier. Okay, I got you. Well, if it was up to whatnot sea witches, it'd be like $3. I'm. I don't know. I'm. That might just be a website thing going forward. That or I put them in real nice boxes. But those things, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of time that goes into them. Starry Night, dude. That's funny. My mom told me I should paint a bait with a Starry Night as inspiration. I really want you to go fish. Have you fished that bigger basswood one yet, Acart? That the action on that, dude, I'm telling you, that one is going to get hammered. And I know it's like one of the more basic patterns I did, but that one I thought was wicked. What are you going to sell your balsa for, sea witches? I'm really 35 to start. Yeah, see, that's probably what I should be doing. I don't know. They didn't sell bad, but it's pretty discouraging if they sell for less than 30, pretty much. All right, we're going to do that same one from earlier. I've been really throwing out the idea and thinking about pretty much just going to hard baits, wood baits, that is, and really cutting back on plastic in general. Because you could attest to this, sea witches. It is really hard to get baits to swim well. Like it actually takes quite a lot of time and effort to get to that point. And there's so many people getting into painting baits that it's kind of just killing the plastics right now. And I don't think that's going to last forever. But I'm not here to find out. I'd rather just do the wood baits. there's ups and downs to it. You know, there's goods and bads. I agree. Well, it's the name of the game is an adaptation. If you're not willing to adapt, then you're not gonna make it at anything. But I see there's I can already tell you what the next trend's gonna be because I've been seeing it. The next trend is gonna be because I've had people ask me like, "Oh, you should do resin baits." I'm like, no, I would rather just do the wood because that's what I like to fish in general. It's not. That's just a preference thing. I think there's a lot of. I'm. I guess it's more so me. I appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into each and every bait. It's not like a resin bait where you make one and then you. There's still work that goes in afterwards, but it's not. It's not the same as carving a lure from wood. Yeah, you kind of get to a point where you have that same issue come up that you're doing the same thing. I got Glenn. I got something up my sleeves. I got some hope. Let's hope and pray that it works tomorrow. And that's another thing too with wood baits. You get good at making because you it is a skill. Like and it's. I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm not saying that at all. But it is an actual skill to build them. You get such versatility where you could one week if you want to build a bluegill, you can build a bluegill. Or like you just said, sea witches. You can make jointed. I mean, the option it is literally up to your creativity and how much time you want to spend on it. Dude, I'm telling you right now, those balsa that you got absolutely 100% catch fish, and I will refund you if they don't. That's how confident I am in that design. Because the action on those are so good. I mean, out of everything I've made, I don't know if I'm topping that style. Only thing is, I wish it had a little more roll, but beggars can't be choosers. I have a couple of those in my tackle box. I have a red crawl, which has been probably the best one, and then a crappie. I couldn't agree more. And also, the customs are going to hold up a lot longer. I mean, to an extent, depends on what you're using for like clear coat, for example. But I mean, I one of these days And this is a promise. I will go outside and I will slam one of these on the ground, and then you will be believers. All right, let's do the green. It's bizarre. And it's the same people, Pike Hunter, it's the same people that complain about how nothing's made in America that will nickel and dime over stuff made in America. It's not cheap to make stuff here. That's just the fact of the matter. And you're at it, especially bait making because of the taxes, the way that works. You're at such a disadvantage from the start. Like there is, you have an uphill battle. The reason why these people go and buy stuff and have it shipped in is so that they can make more money because they can't do it for the price here. It used to not be that way. You used to be able to make stuff here at a decent price, at a fair price, but you just can't do it anymore. That's why I mean, I'm not a fan of TV baits, but I do find it funny when people are like, oh, this guy's selling or got his baits made in a package, and you're like, oh, it's Timu. Where else do you expect him to get it made at? You can't get it made here. There's a few exceptions, like Black Label. I know Cliff Pace builds all his boats in Mississippi, which is badass. And I think that's really cool. But who else? I really can't. I'm like asking. I really don't know who else makes stuff here besides small time people. And I guess the musky crowd. The musky crowd's pretty big in wood baits here. But no, let's go buy the stuff from Japan, which they probably at one point or another stole from someone over here. Riddle me that. Used to be a really big problem with Bagley, for example, of Japanese coming over and just straight ripping their designs. Now, you can't compete with Bagley, or at least you couldn't back then, so it didn't matter. Where do you think they get these designs from? It ain't like they're coming up with this stuff. I probably shouldn't say all this. I might get sued. It is what it is. it seems to me like it used to be. You're right. People wanted to support local. Well, now, I mean, but there's been a lot of local people that have really been great. So I don't. This isn't everybody. A lot of people are like, I'm not paying you for that. Like family asking for free baits, which you know, I give. I'll give out some free baits here and there. But y'all should be support me the most. Like I'm barely making it here, big dog. This is a struggle. You guys come here to watch me paint baits, and I have you guys come here so I can vent. It's a great trade-off. You get free entertainment, and I don't have to go talk, so I can just get on here and ramble. No, you're spot on, but that's part of the problem. Is a lot of people aren't actually in it for the love of the game. Dude, I love this shit. I love building wood bases. It's not because I want to make money. I don't paint because I want to make money. I paint because I genuinely enjoy painting. A lot of people aren't in it because they enjoy doing anything. They're in it because they want to make money and they want to make it quick. It doesn't matter if they do it right. It doesn't matter to them. As long as they make the sale, they don't care. Like even if I stopped selling tomorrow, I would still be painting baits for myself because it's my passion. Like I really like this stuff. And I was telling Kara, this, you know, she's like, well, we're talking about like what we want to do for the rest of our lives, and she's like, well, do you want to keep doing what you want to do? You're doing right now. I'm like, well, Lord willing, if it still pays the bills, yes. Like I love doing it. Now, I guess I could always go paint other stuff, but I really do enjoy painting baits, building baits. Money aside, I will do it regardless. That was therapeutic. That felt good to say. But I mean it though. I really, really do like it. And I'll tell you, because I've had people come after me, specifically just a few people that, oh, I'm copying them. I'm not copying anybody, first and foremost. But I don't think people come after me because I'm bad at it. I think it's the opposite. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I think some people get intimidated because they don't actually care about their craftsmanship or the love of the game. I love the game. Money's second. And y'all got me on a good rant. That was a phenomenal rant. Good thing this is being multicast to YouTube. That's the stuff I say to Kara at like 2 a.m. when I can't sleep. Dude, I don't have that much to say. That I would have one episode and it'd be that a rant crank to fish or not to fish. That's actually a good idea. I know Acart will get this one, but I was watching. I've read the book before, but I was watching 1984. I had some commission orders I was painting today, and I saw that you could rent 1984 on YouTube. I'm going to watch this. You know, it would be a fun bait, an insock bait. I don't really know what that stands for, so I can't elaborate any further than that. But great movie, great book. I thought the book was better than the movie, but the movie wasn't bad. I mean, phenomenal book. Top 10. That's like, I guess, like a lot of women like reading romance novels and whatnot. I'm a big time dystopian future book reader, dude. I love them. I can't get enough of them. Let's do the sides and the back. Dude, there was one time. I'm sure you know who John Grissom is. If you like murder mystery books, I was on a real big kick of his, and this lady on eBay, I bought like one book, and she had like a whole set of them. I guess she wasn't selling them or anything, or not getting much traction on them. And she sent me like, dude, it was like 30 of them. I read the ever living crap out of those. He's a great writer too, so it's actually easy to read. I say that Zach's a women's genre, but it's good no matter who's reading it. I'll have to check it out because he's a really good writer. I do not, Geo. I'll have to check it out. I don't really watch many movies, but if they're over books I've read, then I could definitely do it. The Firm, I've read that one. That is a really good one. Really good book. You know what's a great book is Atlas Shrugged. Never read that book or listened to that book. What did I say? Shrugged? Atlas Shrugged. Thank you. That is a phenomenal book. If I had to rank the books I've read, that's probably number one. Awesome. I hope you go out and crush them. If you end up catching something, send me some pictures. I always like seeing the results. Thinker uh like philosophical type books. Is that what you're getting at? I'm assuming the same hooks as last. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do. I mean, to be honest, there isn't much I don't like reading about for the most part. I mean, some things are off limits for me, but I don't know if it's the same type of thing. But I've read a bunch of Carl Jung. That's pretty interesting. You know, listen to a completely different way of thinking. House of Leaves. I'll have to check that out. Oh, I got another suggestion for anybody that wants some good entertainment. You got to listen to or watch Soft White Underbelly on YouTube. Have any of you guys ever seen that channel? Talking about different perspectives. That channel is remarkable. Oh, it's so good. It's this guy. He interviews literally everybody. I mean, it does not. There is no discrimination on who he interviews, and it is really, really good. I mean, he'll interview actively addicted crackheads, and I'm not gonna lie, it is really interesting. And then like I don't know, he had I mean, literally every single type of person on there. It's really good. All right, here's this one. 1.5 and that crappie for you. Fantastic land. I'll definitely have to check it out. Book club might actually not be a bad idea. I don't think we last longer than about a week. Thank you, Cartwright. We're going to start a book club. The first book is the Webster Dictionary. We're gonna, we're gonna read the dictionary from front to back. I mean, we could even custom paint the words if we wanted to. Heck, I might get on here and custom paint a dictionary one day. Who knows? Well, anyway, I'm done. Sit down here rambling about the state of bait making and books and movies and thesaurus and dictionaries. So I'm gonna get off here. I might be back on tomorrow. Definitely be on live painting Friday and Saturday. Maybe. I said definitely, but I got to paint a big lure. Anyway, I'll be back on at some point this week. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. It's not letting me rate anybody. What is going on? What is going on? Well, I guess we're just going to end it. I will talk to y'all later. Yeah, it's awkward. Everybody act like you can't.